We're gonna get right into it. Well, let me talk close to the mic so I can hear me. Sometimes it buffers. Hold on. It should be straight though. Hold on. Just making sure. So I want to get right into this thing. Getting into it. Excuse my background, just a wall for the because of where I'm at and everything. But as you can tell by the title of this video is gonna be about dreams and nightmares. And then once again, let me get closer to the mic so y'all can hear me for sure. Cause I hope it don't muffle out. You know what I mean? Just trying to stall a little bit because let some people get in here. You feel what I'm saying? About 2 minutes and shit. But yeah, dreams and nightmares. So I'm gonna talk about the understanding dreams and nightmares, understanding your dreams in totality. Period. And the reasons we have sometimes bad dreams, what they consist of, yada yada yada. Right. So we talk about different states of dreams. We know that there's different brain waves, different states of consciousness, different states of being, should I say, right? And we know that the lighter the sleep you in, you're still connected to the body. And then the deeper the sleep you are, the farther away you are from it in the sense of the more farther out you go or the more deeper of a sleep you're in, right? So when you're in REM sleep, aka what they call as dreams, that's when you're dreaming, right? But the type of dream that you're dreaming about says a lot about your space as a spirit and what space you in. You see what I'm saying? So the average person, disclaimer, the average person when they dream, shout out to Bankroll Foots, man. Glad to see you in here, bro. Appreciate you, bro. 100%. Glad to see you in here. Y'all go follow his page. Um, when the average person when they dream, right? The average lost person in the world, which is like 90% of the people that's alive now on this earth, they don't go nowhere. They don't have dreams. Shout out to Elias Hernandez. The average person when they sleep, they don't have dreams that they go off and fly off anywhere else. This is why y'all only have dreams about shit that y'all already awake, and conscious of. Like y'all only be having dreams about y'all being at y'all jobs or floating around your house or being around family members, and y'all still be down here on Earth. See, so a lot of y'all be floating around on Earth. And y'all dreaming, y'all didn't even fly off fully into the spirit realm. Y'all in the spirit realm, but y'all only on the portion of the spirit realm that's beyond the veil of Earth. Cause Earth, just being the physical part of Earth, right? Y'all are just beyond the veil of Earth. So y'all are in the yin realm, the spirit realm, but just on in Earth in the spirit realm. Y'all didn't fly off fully into that realm, into the astral realm, for it to play out differently. And see, this getting the concept of understanding why a lot of y'all be dying and y'all be being ghosts, because a ghost is just a person who didn't pass on. Y'all don't know, never be passing on. Y'all just be dying and shit, and y'all be still stuck down here because one, y'all ain't expanded your consciousness enough. The more conscious and experience you experience, your spirit get bigger. It's not about up and down, it's about expansion and contraction. The more bigger your spirit get, that's the more light you have, the more conscious awareness you have. Then you can take a bigger vessel, aka ascend, take a higher dimension, take a bigger vessel, higher vessel. That's how it plays out in other realms of realities. But y'all be stuck down here still because y'all be dying and shit and y'all don't be shit. Y'all be still floating down here. Y'all be attached to this world. Y'all don't go nowhere. Everything that's on your mind consists of this world. Y'all don't want to let it go. So y'all end up playing as ghosts. And y'all end up playing out as ghosts. And it play out even in y'all dreams. That's why y'all be dreaming. Most of y'all don't be dreaming far out. Man, I asked a couple people, bro. I say, bro, y'all ever had dreams where y'all ain't on Earth? They look at me like I got three eyes. I'm like, damn, that's that far fetched from y'all. But shit, I don't argue it no more. Y'all, I knew y'all was lost and shit like that. I knew y'all be lost, and that's what y'all doing, and that's hell. When you die and go beyond the veil of this realm, that's actually hell if you don't have enough source and currency in your life in some shape or form. Because that's where all the ghouls and goblins at. And what I mean by that is that's why every horror film that y'all watch, they be down here. You ain't being no alternate shit. But no, they be down here. That's why anytime you hear about a ghost or a place that's haunted, it's always pictured and portrayed as a negative entity or a negative demon. Because most of the energies that's down here play out as demons. Because it's such a low space, they can't. Shout out to Jason McIntosh, bro. McIntosh. Much love to you, bro. 100%. I'm glad you're here. I hope you have a great day. Y'all go follow his channel. That's why a lot of the demons and ghosts, when y'all be watching horror films and even real life hauntings, when people say they see sightings, whatever, they always portray it as a dark negative energy, and that's because This realm that we in right now, we in a very low vibrational space. That's why when y'all be getting high and y'all be down here, you be playing out scary until y'all be high enough to go into another sphere of reality or see another spectrum of this earth. Because it's a higher version of it too. Right, sorry about that. Um, Sorry about that. So I had to take care of something. But anyway, that's how that plays out. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand when you talk about the spirit, when you go to sleep, so when you true, when you be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat you like that. I ain't gonna sugarcoat you. I'm gonna just get straight to it. Eyes closed, I'm just getting straight to it. When you actually pass away and when you actually go in a dream, your spirit really supposed to float off deeper into that realm and fully submerge yourself in the spirit realm. So sometimes because of the brain that you got that you're still connected to in the physical world, the human brain, sometimes when you wake up again, when you went to that world, you may not always be able to make sense out of it to tell somebody exactly what it is, but you still just remember your the vibration, the emotion, the feeling you was in, and shit like that, and that be your memory of that. So sometimes it be choppy, like it be hard to explain because the realm that you in don't have enough elements of that realm to correlate to make sense out of. And this is why y'all be so lost in shit too, because y'all don't have no conscious awareness of that realm, so y'all don't be able to create a body in that realm to go to that realm or send to that realm. So y'all just be lost down here. A lot of y'all going to hell. Niggas be trying to help y'all ass. And this is a sweet little time we in, because even though it's effed up with everything going on, this is a sweet time where everybody can gain knowledge and enough conscious. This is a new shift we in. You can get a lot of conscious knowledge and awareness, so that when you pass on and you die, your spirit can actually pass on. It can actually ascend and go to a higher realm of reality. But y'all be so lost into religion and all that dogma, aka religion, a team full of legions that is created, that these are deities though that's taking over these things, but these are created to keep y'all locked up down here, and y'all think that shit just sweet. You think it's all funny and game. Oh, that's lame. Oh, I want to be the cool squad. Let's be lit. Ski tee. Dumbass. And then end up right down here and shit, and then you gonna die and go. And when you floating around down here still as it goes, you gonna experience something so fucking catastrophic, it's gonna be even worse next time. So y'all gotta chill out with what y'all got going on, cause your spirit is not, it's not a joke. Take as much credit as you can. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being no guru. You can keep living the life you living. Just have understanding and always evolve. You may not even be super conscious aware, and you still can ascend, because you can be into the world and still ascend. All it's about is evolving. Okay, you ain't spiritual, but are you bettering yourself? Are you making your mind sharper? Are you in a situation where you may travel, you may see something new? That's an expansion. You working harder, you building a craft, you constantly busy doing stuff. The more stuff you doing, everything that deals with experience expands your spirit. You see what I'm saying? Experience and consciousness expand your spirit. You see what I'm saying? And I got another video on that next coming up too, and breaking that down furthermore to really understand. But back to what I'm saying is, a lot of y'all when y'all slide don't go nowhere. Y'all don't leave this earth plane. You see what I'm saying? So y'all just stay stuck down here as ghosts and shit. So a lot of people when y'all be sleep, y'all just be floating around. So nigga, you going to sleep. You going to sleep to go into the space of the spirit, but you still trapping yourself. You already trapped in the physical body down here, and then you niggas going to sleep and y'all still floating down here. Like, damn, give your shit a break. Like y'all think that shit normal. But I'm telling you, cause y'all being rude and shit, they got y'all like mats and rice and mice and rats in a fucking a laboratory experiment. Y'all don't understand that. But anyway, that's how that play out and shit. You see what I'm saying? So understand that now. Understanding another thing is understanding bad dreams. Why people have bad dreams? A lot of times, if you pay attention, a lot of bad dreams. I ain't saying you can't have bad dreams. That looks like that you could say is in another realm of reality, or it could be in another place or another plane that look like different than what you used to now. That is very possible too. But 9 times out of 10, most of the time when y'all be having bad dreams, it be shit that be happening down here. You know how I know that? You know how I know that's true? You know how I know that's true? You know how I know that's true? Because most of the shit that y'all have fears about, and what they call that shit, y'all phobias, come from this realm of reality. I don't give a what you got a fear of. That come from this realm of reality, this earth, this space, this portal, this room, this realm you in. That shit come from that. So I don't care if you say, man, I'm scared of this ghost. You learned about ghosts in this realm of reality. They exist, but that exists in this realm of reality. Oh, I'm scared of the monster. You seen that in the movie. That's in this realm of reality. You seen that shape in this realm of reality. Other worlds deal with other beings and other things and shit, and they could play out weird to you too. But the fears y'all got come from this from reality. That's why I was gonna say, 9 times 10 when you're having a nightmare, y'all be getting chased by shit, or something you don't want to experience, or you drowning, or you falling, or something chasing you, a dog chasing you, a monster chasing, all that shit, this shit that's subconsciously programmed that come from this from reality. And that's why y'all be in this realm. That's why I'll say when y'all be having a lot of times y'all worst dreams, a lot of times y'all be still on Earth. Like y'all don't be in no higher plane, no dream world, no higher dream world, no higher astral plane, no higher version of this. You just be down here just like you are when you're awake when y'all be having y'all bad dreams and shit like that. You just in the fourth dimensional side of Earth. That's all that. And understand another thing, a knowledge is too. If you ever pay attention, you tend to have negative dreams like right before you wake up, and it's a science to that. You probably think it's like, oh, the dream was so negative that it woke me up, but actually, nah, I beg to differ. I'd say 100%. The reason why you had a bad dream a lot of times is because your spirit was ascending down and closer to the body. Like when you, like how do I say it? But whenever you be about to wake up, whenever you be about to wake up, your spirit lowers down closer to your body to get back into your body. And that little transition point, sometimes you hover around that. So that means like you real dense, because you got to be real dense to come back in this physical dense body. So a lot of times in that little period is when y'all be having negative dreams. That's why when you have negative dreams, you wake up. Cause it's not that that dream always calls you to wake up. A lot of times it's your spirit was vibrating real low in the first place to even manifest that bad dream. So a lot of these negative dreams come from being on Earth. Is what I'm trying to tell you. You know what the fuck? I know what I'm talking about. I don't give a damn who come up. I know what I'm talking about. I am the light bringer. Don't ever feel like what I got going on is some bullshit. I am your fucking salvation, and that ain't no ego. It's because that I'm saying is vibrating on such a high frequency that that's why some of y'all don't be getting it, but that's just because y'all be vibrating so low. So the shit that I'm saying is light codes that are in the shit that I'm saying that's vibrating on a higher frequency. And if you're not on a certain frequency to receive it, you gonna look at it as bogus or yapping or out of their mind or all that shit like that. But y'all need to understand what's going on. But I ain't gonna beat in that horse. Move on, right? So that's how that plays out. The bad dreams be the closer you are to waking up because you are lower as a spirit. You're in a lower vibration. That's why it happens right before you wake up. Another thing is the further away you are, the more light the dream typically plays out. Hence why deep sleep is blackness. You can't see it because darkness is just accumulation of light. Darkness is a whole bunch of light that's it's so bright and it's so much lights and so many lights collected together that it appears as darkness. Contrary to what y'all think. Light white be like white when you see something white and bright, it's either the absence of light or that's a specific light. You see what I'm saying? But darkness is a whole bunch of lights together, and that's why you can't see it. Because when you got so many different lights together, you can't see it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like darkness and shit like that. That's why if you put all the colors, all the crayons and pencils and crayons together, and you keep writing over them, you're gonna come up with black anyway. Because black is like all the colors mixed in. Now, understand that. So that's why I say the farther you are, the more light the dream typically plays out. AKA when you having a dream, remember I said the lower you are, like when you about to wake up, that's when your spirit can condense down. It's about to come back into the body. So it's on the most lowest level. And that's why a lot of times in that little transition space right there, in that space, you tend to have negative dreams. That's why it's not the dream that's causing you to wake up. It's not the bad dream that's scaring you, causing you to wake up. It's because you was so low in the first place already, and in that situation when you was that low vibrating, it manifested a negative dream being in that low space. That's how that plays out. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what's on your mind and what's going on too, and what state of being you in and all that shit, and what you constantly aware of and all that. But moving on. So the further you, but in vice versa, the farther you are in a dream, the more farther out of a dream you are, the more lighter the dream typically plays out. Now, there's always exceptions to everything, and always exception rules to everything. But overall, the farther you are in the dream, the more farther out you are in the dream, the higher you go in the dream, or whatever you want to call it, typically the more light it plays out. So it'd be a brighter dream. You see what I'm saying? Because you farther out, you're not as condensed and entrapped into this dark space. You're a little bit further out. Now that's gonna get into when I talk about in my next video about how there's a lighter side of Earth and there's a darker side of Earth. The part of Earth that we in, we're on the heavier spectrum of Earth. Earth itself is in the heavier, is in the, how do I see it? We all in the rainbow waters. It's like in the Bible where we have the physical ocean here, the first heaven. Then you got the second heaven, that's like space of the astral. That's what we would look at as the rainbow waters. and it's very broad, and it surrounds us. It's not up and down, it surrounds us, right? In so many ways. But the spectrum that Earth is in a heavier Earth is in the heavier part of the rainbow waters, right? It's in the heavier spectrum of things, and it's facing towards in the direction of the heavier portion of the astral realm, right? So this is why a lot of times the physical part that we in the heavier version of it. This is why we very dense. This is why when you be flown down as a spirit, y'all be having like ghosts and all kind of negative shit play out because it's very heavy vibrating. But there's a lighter side of Earth too. You see what I'm saying? Everything you see in the visible light spectrum, like in the rainbow, that's the Earth energy. Then you got darker colors, you got lighter colors. It's the same way with Earth. You got the darker version of Earth, the shit that we be in, and you got the lighter side of Earth. But the lighter side of Earth is kind of facing away towards the whole totality of direction that we all in as a spirit as far as Earth period. So a lot of times it could play out a little bit different, but it's still you still in this space. You just in the lighter version of this space. So you more so on the path of ascending, or lightening your load, or going to a lighter reality. You see what I'm saying? A lighter version of the astral realm or the spirit realm, not the heavier version. Because you can ascend up or down. You can ascend to the heavier version of the astral realm and higher body, or you can ascend into the higher version of the astral world into a higher body. It's all the same shit, but it's different spectrums of it. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into that in the next video. But you need to understand that too. Um, so the farther out you get, it gets. But when you go so far out, you get so light. These be the dreams you don't remember because you was in such a different realm that the physical brain you got now can't comprehend where you was just at spiritually, because the realm you was just at spiritually when you had that dream far out was made up of so many different elements that didn't correlate with this realm, and it was so different. So there's nothing for you to pull from this realm to make sense out of that realm to bring that realm into understanding the other people that's down here, if you get what I'm trying to say. So the further out you go, the more lighter it is, the more different it plays out. But when you go so far out, it almost plays out as like darkness. So these be dreams like when y'all be like, and they say deep sleep, like when you go past REM sleep, you go into deep sleep, which is like full rest mode, and that's very rejuvenating and healing and all that shit like that. That's when you so far out, it's like pure blackness. It's like darkness. You don't remember that dream and shit like that. You don't really have any type of, you see what I'm saying? Because the mind that you was in can't make sense out of that to bring that down to explain or express itself down here in this room reality. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that plays out. But as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much it. That's dreams right now. Dreams and nightmares and understanding why you have them. So the space that you be in, a lot of times is a spirit manifests the dreams that you have. But and also how you vibrate. Sometimes you vibrating real low and you end up having a negative dream. Sometimes you vibrating real high, you have a positive dream. A lot of physical things deal with you having a better dream too. Like sometimes when you're sexually spent, like you're overly emitting your seed, and it's not through the measures of you being with another being or another woman. I'm sorry, or a woman or the opposite sex. Y'all actually exchange fluids, so you don't lose as much. But say you like solo and you just always busting off too much of that, you can do it to an extent. But when you like overly do it, it'll play out like that too, because that's your inner world. You see what I'm saying? And the shit that you ingest, all that, it deals with your inner world, because you go within when you dream and shit like that. Because you know, finish the rest of this shit in my next videos and shit like that, and understand it. You see what I'm saying? But that's how that play out, bro. I'm gonna catch up with you, bro. Appreciate everybody that's on here. Yeah, much love to you, bro. Peace. But 20 minutes in, you feel me? Peace.